Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is your pal Orange Chat here to bring you another theme stream of Under the Radar film discussion. Tonight, or today, we're going to be talking Skinwalkers. Now, this movie largely did not get a huge following when it came out, um, mainly because it was a more obscure film. It was also during the Underworld series or during a time when the Underworld series was really taken off with the first two films. And this one sort of skirted under the radar, but it actually is the film that got people interested in Rona Mitra for Celine, or for not Celine, but Sonia in Underworld Rise of the Lycans, because Rona Mitra is actually in this film as the mother of the main character Timothy, who is also the MacGuffin in this film, because there is stuff going on that suggests a blood moon and a prophecy pertaining to people who are infected with a skinwalker curse, so to speak. Now, skinwalkers started out the original skinwalker myth is a Native American myth. However, it has evolved into an even bigger thing where people can turn into animals, shed their skin, and walk in the skin of another. I'm not really going to get into the mythological aspect of it. I'm only here to discuss the movie. So before I do get started, hello to Vanya. Thank you for coming in, buddy. You are one of the loyals, and I appreciate you. Also, folks, if you want to support my channel, I'm trying to keep it above 1,600 subs. So if you can help out, share the stuff out. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the year, but I realize that's an unrealistic goal. Tonight I will be on the Barroom podcast with my buddy Jake from Society Reviews on his channel. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard is the time of the Barroom podcast. However, that should be changing in the next year to 8 p.m. Eastern. Then, with that all out of the way, also, join me and Jade Shadow on Wednesday night for a discussion on her channel about Home Alone, and also Thursday at 8:30 exclusively on X. I will be talking the movie Mouse Hunt with Jade Shadow. We're going to be doing the singles. Next week, we will have our schedule revealed during the time of the streams, so make sure that you tune in then so you know. And with that out of the way, there's also the shit show with Janet from Another Planet on X on Fridays. So with that out of the way now, let's get into this discussion. So Skinwalkers. Now this movie starts kind of at a high pace with a person running through the woods. He has silver bullets in his gun, so it's like, okay, werewolf. And well, he then gets stopped by a couple of people, spun upside down. You could tell that this guy is Native American by some descent, or an indigenous of or of Native American or native descent. And this clan of regular, ordinary looking people are basically saying, we will find all these settlements and destroy them. And so he also had a tape with him, and he destroys the tape. And unfortunately, he kind of gives away the really stupid thing, or a stupid bit of the point. And hello to Kamen Rider. Good to see you. Now, this guy who's about to die, it's like, you'll never find the boy in time. And then they look up and the moon turns red. And I'm like, they literally knew nothing. Why would you arm them with that knowledge? So that is a bit of a kind of a stupid thing that was only done in order to push the plot along. It was a stupid act to push the plot along. I would have done something a little differently, like torture him to the point where he reveals that the boy or about the boy, because in this movie the prophecy is that a boy who was born from a skinwalker and a normal person, sort of, or quote unquote, the kid calls himself a half breed. Um, Basically, at his 13th birthday, will have something happen to him that will allow the curse of skinwalkers to end. Nobody knows what will happen. Nobody knows how it will happen. All they know is that there are some people who have embraced it, who have embraced the thrill of the kill and the hunt and whatnot, and there are those who don't, who see it as a curse and want it to end. Because when you are or when you are constantly tormented with a hunger for blood and for flesh and whatnot, and it hurts to change into this beast and whatnot, yeah, people would not like that a lot, unless, but also, if a normal person can resist the urge to feed, they usually keep a little bit of their mind. However, if they do feed on blood, they will lose themselves to the animal urge. They will become more addicted to it. It is literally one taste, you're addicted completely. And that is an actual interesting thing, which they actually do point to in the movie. You have a great cast. I'm actually going to share my screen to my um, Fandango account. I do not need to share the audio. But essentially, you got a great cast. You got Jason Bear, Elias Codiaz. Now, Jason Bear, they tried to, or Ham and Taylor Kitsch, they tried to get them more out there into the world. Jason Bear and Taylor Kitsch. Unfortunately, it didn't really work that well. Rona Mitra, Kim Coates, Natasha Mouth. Matthew Knight plays the little boy in this movie. Sarah Carter, you've seen her in Smallville, Shark, and a few other movies. She's done Hallmark, I believe. Sean Roberts from the Resident Evil movies, who played Wesker. Lyric Bent played Doak. Barbara Gordon, oh my God, played Nana. A woman actually named Barbara Gordon in real life. Isn't that cool? Rogue Johnson, who played Griner. Tom Jackson played Will, and so on and so forth. This movie was directed by James Isaac, not to be confused with Jason Isaac. But I really do like this movie because it gives you a great Wolfman versus Wolfman vibe, but it's sort of like Underworld, but not really. I mean, it's not vampires versus werewolves. It's werewolves versus werewolves in this one. Now, no, this is quite off topic, but guess whose birthday it is? Happy birthday, man. I mean, if it's your birthday, definitely happy birthday. I will actually go off topic for that. So, congratulations, many happy returns, and happy revolution around the sun. So, yeah, but getting back to it, let's actually put up some overlays here. This was the original poster for it, and I actually like it because it shows that, or it shows a sense of a human with a beast inside them, so to speak. Rona Mitra, Jason Bear here. Now, this was a great shot because it really shows off how toned up this guy got for the movie. You have Elias Koteas and Sarah Carter. Sarah Carter, at this point in the film, had just been forced to feed on people, and well, yeah, they didn't know that at the point or at that time. You also have, this is the bad werewolf girl, Sonia, who, funnily enough, they show her and him getting together after a night of slaughtering where they're basically having sex while they transform back into human. They don't show anything explicit, but they get the point across, or you get the point across. This is the boy that they're after, Timothy, with his mom, Runameet right in this scene. And these are the werewolves. This was Sonia, as she was aware, or in her wolf form. Here's the bad guys, or the bad guys out of it. There's Jason Bear in the center, Kim Coates on the right, and Sonia on the left. In the movie, this kid at this point had just learned what he is, about how he's basically a half breed, and somehow he's going to end the curse. But right now, his uncle, Jonas, is fully transformed into a werewolf. However, he doesn't or he's trying to get through to the beast. Now, one of the things I do like in that scene is where they lock down people who are or who want to get rid of the curse. They lock down in heavy leather straps. They have things to go over their nails so that they don't scratch anything. They are essentially, well, this is how it looks. They are very heavily bound to where they cannot move or hurt anyone. And they have a little bit of their mind. However, there is still a beast in them that is out and about. This is the red moon that that I was telling y'all about, how it looks in the movie. But yeah, when you see the effects, they do give you a little bit of digital effects with some shots here and there with the eyes to make them glow a little bit more, or make the mouths roar a little bit louder or wider. It really is really is great to see. Um, for the most part, this movie does have some corny writing here and there, a little bit of corny action here and there too. Uh, where the kid's hitting on a nurse, and it's like, really? Oh my god, that's just not right, you know. But things happen in the movie that are nice reveals. I'm not going to give away what the reveals are, but there's some parts in the film where when uh not her, but her, after she feeds, they try getting her locked down, but she ends up killing her boyfriend, which was or is plays or which is the guy that played Wesker um in the Resident Evil movies. But this one, or she snaps his neck, and then she's having or she's sells it really well, the conflict inside her. She's fighting the beast mind as well as her own mind, where she's remorseful that she just killed her boyfriend, but also killed another person too that's been helping them, who was a Native American. Um, and this is during a time when they're all locking down because, well, the moon is rising. And this isn't a full moon kind of situation where only full moons trigger the curse. During the cycle of a blood moon, the the transformations into these creatures become stronger. They become stronger. The urge to feed and to kill becomes stronger, and it really is done well. Now, the scene where she goes evil, uh, where what's her dang name in it? She plays, let's see here, Sarah Carter. She plays Catherine. Yeah. Sarah Carter plays Catherine. The scene where she is actually giving in, because you never see her as a werewolf in the film, or you don't get a close look to it. You see her in somewhat mid transformation with her teeth sharp and whatnot, but you don't see her or really into the makeup. Elias Cody is here, Casey Jones. He actually does do the makeup because his character is needed in the show to be, or shows up in the show as a more main Wolfman character, where he actually fights this one. And it's actually a pretty good fight because they actually end up at a sort of like a warehouse area, an industrial area that he knows well because he uses it to his advantage. Unfortunately, there is situations that lead to Jonas having to feed, and Timothy is right close by. So he tells Timmy's mom, Rona Mitra, it's like, if I feed, if I give in, I want you to kill me. You kill me, you make sure, or you do it. I know how much you love me as family, but you have to kill me because I do not want to kill Timmy. And I will kill if I feed. He basically explains it. And you see that too, because essentially, initially, this woman, Ranamitra, is pissed off at them after she realizes the truth of what's going on. Why they all helped raise the kid, why he's always been sick growing up a little bit here and there. Um, Now all of a sudden people are trying to kill him because they find out where the kid is, and they end up tracking him down, and there's a shootout in a small town, and then they have to drive off, or the ones who are protecting Timmy have to drive off. And you get this wonderful shot here where the blood moon is very much risen, and the old lady, Barbara Gordon's character who played Nana, is standing in front of them after she just blew up a gas station, and he's like, I will find them. And she has a massive freaking 6-shooter cannon in her dang hand, and her hand is trembling, and he said, or in Jason Barre's character, he's like, don't. And when she snarls out, he raises his gun and pulls the trigger, blowing her head, or shooting her in the head. But I like how, or that does betray a little bit of a twist in the story of who that character is. He doesn't want to kill her. However, he will kill her if she is a threat, you know? And then you see them start to change in this moment. You see Jason Bear and Sonia looking up at the blood moon as they start to change. They end up at a bar. Now, there's a great moment at the bar where these thugs are taking advantage of one of the barkeep women and are assaulting her, SA, that way. And well, they hear somebody at the bar panting and whatnot, and it's Sonia, who has turned into her wolf form. And then the others come on in and start slaughtering all the guys in the bar and leaving the girl for last. And then Varric comes up, Jason Bear's character comes up, looks down at her, and just starts snarling, and she screams out, but you don't see what happens, but you know what happens. These are pure evil characters. So yeah, he killed the innocent that was saved. They save her only to kill her. You know? It shows a non-redemptive character, but also it does, yeah, he carries a Desert Eagle. Um but yeah, the characters, you see that if they have fed, they will kill indiscriminately. Whether or not they save a person, they will then kill that person just for fun. And it really shows how much they also embraced it, because at the end of that scene, when the moon is waning and the sun is rising, Jason Bear and the Sonya character are literally having sex as they turn back into human. So it's like, yes, this is how much they enjoy this. This is how much they enjoy the curse. It makes all of those experiences heightened, so to speak. And obviously, I'm not going to show any of that because, well, yeah, I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. As much as I think YouTube has censored people a little too much, but this movie is really interesting in the way that it shows these things happening. There are a couple of little plot holes here and there, but honestly, I really do like it. The movie shows, or it covers all the bases, or all the important bases. Just bit the inside of my mouth. That kind of hurt. And I really like how they do it because they show you what will happen if a regular person feeds. They will show you the difference of who they are, you know? Sarah Carter's character loves Timmy because, well, they're cousins in this case. She will protect him. But after she was forced to feed, she's ready to kill him. She wants to kill him. She's gonna try to kill him. And it turns out that, well, I'm not gonna tell you how she dies, but she does die. And there is a twist at the end that basically had a good setup of how this kid ends this curse, because he comes face to face with the bad werewolf, Varric, and well, I'm not going to spoil it. If you really want to know, you'll definitely watch the movie. But it's an interesting development because we also see how much at the end of the movie we see how much this woman, uh Ronamitra's character, which is named Rachel, we see how much she has truly grown in the film. She goes from a naive mom, naive to the way or naive to the stuff and ignorant to the information around her, or to the realities around her, where she goes from somebody who's never picked up a gun before to a person who will pick up a gun and protect her child. And then you see later on at the near the end where she sees somebody coming up behind her and her son and pulls her pistol and puts the guy up against the wall, and it's just a dude dressed up in a Halloween costume as Grim Reaper, so to speak. And it's like, sorry, been a little jumpy lately. But you see that she's kind of turned into a Sarah Connor-esque kind of character who will protect her son no matter what. And there's a nice little narration at the end of the movie where Timothy basically explains or how he is able to end the curse. And there is a person who comes in to essentially be cured of the curse, and he says, to some I am salvation, to others I am their destruction. And it's like a bit biblical there, but it's a nice way because I like how they show in that digital moment where it shows a person transforming and how their eye changes and how their eyes shift a little bit. It really is a nice moment. They go heavy on very aged digital effects, and the movie is by all means not award worthy. However, there are great moments in it. These are movies that skirted under the radar because they were pit ups that didn't really have, or that were a lot more noticeable. Again, Underworld Evolution came out in the same year that this movie did, 2006, I believe. Let me actually look that up. Yeah, 2006. So yeah, they basically had to compete with a franchise that was kicking off with its sequel. But this movie did manage to get the attention of the people who were making the Underworld movies, and it turned out that Rona Mitra got successfully cast to Underworld 3 after her performance in this movie. So, any questions from the people in the chat before I tune out? Because I got some other stuff that I got to do before the Barroom podcast tonight. But for the most part, I truly enjoy this film. The scores, I will give it objectively. This movie is a 7. It passes, but only by the skin of its teeth. It passes really close to a fail. Subjectively, this movie, I like it. It's about an 8 to an 8.5. I really do enjoy it. subject or moviegoer, this movie is a 9 to a 10. It's an interesting movie. It keeps you interested at what you want to see. I watched this movie with the audio commentary as well, and it definitely shows a couple of things or explains a couple of things a little better. But that's also one of the reasons why the objective score is so low. You got writing problems, you got plot hole problems in this movie, and you got errors made in this movie. So yes, you are, or this movie is heavily flawed, but it is a great one. Next week, folks, I will not be doing a Tuesday stream. I will be doing a Monday stream where the next movie I do is called I Come in Peace. Now, that movie also goes by the name Dark Angel. It has Dolph Lundgren in it. It's a really good movie. I enjoyed it, but also it was one of those movies that kind of skirted under the radar. They were trying to get Dolph Lundgren a little bit more star power, but these movies didn't really pan out until much later when they actually started to gain more of a following. So yeah, this movie, same deal. All the movies that I did were movies that went under the radar and didn't really get noticed until a while after they got their theatrical releases. I will be thinking of a theme for next month. But also make sure that you guys know that or this week, 8:30 p.m. Wednesday on YouTube on Jade Shadow's channel, Home Alone 1 discussion, and then 8:30X on Thursday, my profile, the Orange Hat 2185 that you can see right here, is going to be Mouse Hunt discussion. Great movie. I love that movie. Oh, we got a question, or we got a comment. Let's see here. Pretty cool. Yep. So definitely stay tuned for those, folks. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Vanya, Kamen Rider, and another person who was watching. Thank you for all of the support over the many years that I've been doing this. Y'all freaking are amazing. I will try to get more content out. I just did a trailer reaction to Karate Kid Legends. So definitely check that out. It's on my channel. I noticed that many people, or not many people, are watching your streams. You're criminally underrated. Yeah, unfortunately, because, well, let's just say that there are people that are bad mouthing me for no reason, and I will leave it at that. I'm not going to name names because that's what they want. But honestly, I don't know why they're bad mouthing me. I haven't said shit about them. So, whatever. But it is what it is. People are going to talk shit about you either because they're jealous or they just don't like you. I don't know which it is for them. But honestly, I am thankful for one of the people who hang around with them for keeping the peace. So I am thankful for that. But thank you to everybody who tuned in. Just jumped up to 5 for a second there. And I am very thankful to those people who have been helping my channel, supporting my channel, helping it grow. You all make it worth it. I might monetize next year because I should finally be ready to monetize. As I said, folks, I am not in it for the money. If people want to support me, they can. I will be getting that stuff set up after I am or fully able to. I said when I got this thing started that once I reach monetization ability, I'm able to monetize. I said that I would hold off for a year, and I've actually held off for more than a year to do it. So I am going to look into it. Could be maybe because of stuff said, which is one of the reasons why many that happened to them get what happened to them. Haters are haters. Yeah, haters are haters, man. I mean, I'm just a small channel. I don't know why I have haters, but it is what it is. But anyway, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you tune in to Society Reviews as we talk some Hollywood topics and other topics. We're gonna have a wild one tonight, folks. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Orange Chat. Y'all have a wonderful day, and always remember to stay humble. Peace.
Are you done? Are you done?